Good morning, welcome to another vlog. Today I'm in a completely new place to me in the peak, very excited about it, and I've foregone mist and fog coming through the peak just to get to this place where there is no fog, but I'm still excited for it. It's called Wyming Brook, it's near to Sheffield, and I've had a few requests that I try and get directions and that kind of thing down for the places I visit, so I will make sure that I put something in the description. But for now, I'm super excited about starting this. It looks like there's a sort of man-made walk to follow. It's like a nature trail, I don't know. But hopefully it'll get a bit more wild and woolly and I can, you know, dive into it and find some fantastic compositions. I've got new gear as well, so I've got a new kind of tripod. Mostly this is video stuff. So I've got new tripod, got a new phone. Obviously the sound system is now all up and running. Thanks DJI, they did me a solid after a mishap I had with the receiver. But yeah, so I've got some exciting things to work on. But hopefully it's going to be about getting great photographs. So, well, let's go. Because I don't actually know where I'm going, and you can see there's a walk that way, and then there's a walk that way. And as this seems to be near running water, the Wyming Brook, that's the one I'm going to take. Like most places in the peak for me, this was, you know, not a very long drive, hour and a half. Probably about as far as it would normally take me to get anywhere in the Peak District. So this is right up in the, I think, northeast portion. Again, as I mentioned, nearer to Sheffield. And it's quite beautiful. I mean, I think I missed an autumn here. That would have been nice. Wish I'd come a bit earlier. Some great fern. All kinds of trees here, so that's good. I don't know what they are, but there's all kinds. And then the babbling brook, of course, reminiscent of Padley perhaps. But yeah, I'm just going to follow it around. There's a path leading up, but the adventurous spirit has taken me, and I'm going to follow it around. Okay. God, these rocks can be slippy. This could be exciting. Okay, this is quite a nice scene, I think. Might be able to do something with this. Let's take a look. So looking at this, here's the composition. Of course, the water cascading on either side of the bole of this tree that reaches up. There's not a great deal of distance behind it. Just don't know if you can see on the camera. It reaches back to the bridge here, but it's not really visible. So you've just got this mess of trees and a few autumn colours. Not sure whether to include this bad boy here. We'll have a look at the composition, see how that feels. Don't really want to go past the bricks there that are creating those little bumps in it. I think that's quite nice. So we'll see. We'll have a good look at it. Odds are I'm going to go quite low. So I've set this up now and I'm thinking probably best shot lower down. We'll see. So I took a look at the shot on the tripod, and this is fine, absolutely great. I do think there's good evidence here that it should be portrait, so I'm going to look at that in a second. But look at the rock here, just down there. If I come lower, see there's a gap, gosh, there, see that gap, which is, I think, quite exaggerated on here. If I come lower, it'll close that gap up, but it'll also put these rocks here in the frame. So I'm going to give that a go. So yeah, I think this is a winner. Look at the way the rocks have now come into frame there, and then shorten that distance. So if we look at it on the camera, I think that looks much better. And this is in landscape. I am going to do a portrait shot as well. Probably going to have to focus stack, of course, because I can't have these blurry, sadly. We'll see. I'm going to work on this a little bit, but I think we've got a shot here. If it does work, I shall put that up along with its portrait version right now. these little cascades are running all the way down the brook so far, and they're all great. I'm going to take a few shots, but I'm not going to run through them. It's going to be pretty much the same thing. I'm going to be probably getting low, making sure they're framed well enough, and then just getting that, you know, exposure time correct. If I take a few good ones, I'll pop them up. This is a lovely bit here. So you've got the cascade coming right the way down to there, down, sound effects included, to here, and then it just runs down there, which is not very interesting. So to get this would be really good. And this is going to be all about how it's framed, because it could be quite boring if I don't get it right. And I don't know, maybe high to capture it all coming, but maybe low to see the flow better. Don't know. Can have a look now, see what I think. I'm absolutely loving the rocks here. I don't know if you can quite see, I'm going to get in closer, but not only have you got the moss, you've got all this lovely, almost sort of straw-like fibres. Look at it, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I think with shots like this, it's just a case of wandering around, trying to find the best bit. I mean, ideally, I'm going to get into the middle of the brook on these rocks here. You know, I fractured a rib at Padley Gorge the other week, so it's not the safest thing, and I can't afford to replace my gear. So I'm going to do what's best and safest to get these shots in. Anyway, compositionally, what I'm after is that right now, that bit there. It's got all the framing in the world you could ever possibly want, so just figuring out which you like best. This is your shot, or in this case my shot, so it doesn't matter what anyone else does. I'm going to look at it and with my eyes decide which framing is best. Never be put off by something else you've seen. You're not taking their photograph, taking yours. And then I may put the drone up, maybe, you know, if I can't actually make my tripod get that high, I'll throw the drone up, see what that does. Got it all to play for. So I'm not going to show you on the camera because it's going to take quite a while to get this done, I think. And you know, I'm conscious that I'm constantly shooting these water features as well. So I'll get this done and carry on walking, and we'll chat in a bit. Pictures come in now. Just a little bit further down from that main, or rather powerful cascade, and look at this. Look how wonderful this is. Just watch my step. Absolutely. Now, I'm only gonna focus on this bit here and this, because I think this is going to look like some kind of enchanted pool when I finished with it. So I do a series of shots that I call enchanted woodland. These vlogs aren't always about the pictures that I take, but also the pictures that I don't take, I hope. And to give you an idea of why I'm not going to shoot this, at first it looked amazing. I was really impressed with it, all the rocks, but it's too chaotic. There's no focus. I love the colour and I love that there's water coming down, but it just, for me, doesn't work. Now, it doesn't mean it wouldn't work for you. You might already from this video see a composition that's going to work. But when I look through my lens, I wasn't feeling it at all. And I just think that there was nothing to draw me in and make the composition work. So although this, I think, just as you're walking past it, looks great, I think for the camera, it's being shy, you know, it's not giving away its secrets. Maybe, you know, now I'm lifting this up here, maybe if I come a bit further down I might catch something, but that top bit, no. Here's a little thing for you. I've been wanting to catch a picture of all of these, you know, I've been savouring these rocks with their brown bits on it. I don't know what it is, and it looks amazing, but the thing is, this is a me thing maybe, I don't like shooting downstream. I've got this thing about, I just don't shoot downstream. I've got to look up, and I don't know why that is. Does anyone else like that? Do they not like shooting downstream with the flow? I've always got to shoot against it, as if, I don't know what it is. But I mean, look at the colours, amazing. And so I'm hoping when I come back up, maybe that's when I'll see it, and I'll get me shot. Thought I'd share that with you. Strange, I know. So I've just been talking about the brown, the stuff that's. Wait, do you see this? Look at that. Like sawdust. There's got to be a picture there. Surely there's a composition to be had. I've got to capture it. I've been running a 50mm lens all morning this morning because I like, when I'm on a trail where everything's close in, I just think it's the best lens. It's a prime lens, so it doesn't allow me to zoom in and out, of course, but as long as you know what you're going to get from the lens, you can always work with it. It just might mean getting your feet wet now and then. But I've switched now because I do want to close in on this composition. Okay, as you can see, absolutely stunning colours there. Look at, well, I think that image speaks for itself. But what I wanted to do was, I like the tree there. These two obviously work. There's my big centre of attention. It's a colourful rock. It's not just a rock, it's a colourful rock. It's got moss on it. It's got this brown stuff I'm currently so invested in, and I think that's going to be a great one. But I couldn't have done that with the 50mm, so I switched to the 70-200, and yeah, it's coming up now. So I know what you're thinking, what's Ed got for his dinner? Well, breakfast really, innit? 20 past 10. I've got a mini Snickers for energy. I've got a bag of crisps, because I like crisps. I've got sandwiches made last night, homemade bread, I made it, complete with pastrami, ham, cheese and some mixed salad. And then a nice drink of, I think, blackcurrant and apple juice. And I think I've earned this. I haven't worked hard. This is a super easy walk. It's not taxing at all. I'll be complaining when I have to go back up because it is a steady drop. But it's a landscape photographer's dream. As long as you're not after the big vistas, you know, the epic shots. This is wonderful. Even where I'm sat right now, I've deliberately positioned this to make you feel jealous, but there's trees with leaves dripping down, water is bubbling around me. It's a little bit calmer down here, a little bit flatter. I've got all that brown stuff. The trees, there is actually a tiny bit of mist around, but it's up there. Heavenly. Absolutely heavenly. Anyway, sandwich time. Just crossing a couple of bridges here. Flattened out a bit, which is nice. But still loads of little cheeky tricky scenes to capture. Wonderful. A quick shout out to all the other vloggers that I've met out on these trails, but really smashing people, and been in communication with some of them. It's wonderful. It's always a pleasure to meet people doing this. You kind of share inspirations, I think. Meanwhile, if you like this sort of stuff, me wandering around and showing you new places to get compositions, or perhaps just new places to walk, then like, share, subscribe. It really helps get those videos out there, and I hope they're improving as I go along. I'm sure you'll let me know if they're not, but yeah, come on, hit that subscribe button thingy and post a comment. Come on, you can do it. I am going to make this the last of the video shots today. It won't be the last shot, I promise you. It's going to be lots more, but I'm constantly having to start, get the pack out, blah blah blah. So, and I don't want to waste today, because I will come back here again for sure, and perhaps do a more thorough vlog. But meanwhile, I'm going to take this shot, which is the one that was behind me when I was begging for subscribes and likes, you know. Let me show you how this is going to work. So it's a lovely shot, obviously great attention here, and then you move up into the distance, so you've got a nice trail. But I took a couple of shots and I found that this here just simply, it didn't help. There's not enough movement or foam or whatever in it to make it worth keeping in the shot. So instead I'm going to bring it up like about there, and instead capture, got to do it, capture all this but none of this. So yeah, 50mm lens again, so going to be quite tight, but I think it'll work. So here we go.